Welcome to another episode with Marissa and I.
My goodness.
Your soul is
I
releasing
feel it in
something.
my heart. Like, oh my gosh.
That's so
Like
wild.
I have my feet, cheeks are hot, and I have like a kind of like a heart activation there. That was
So
cool.
cool. That's awesome.
hmm
Oh, goodness. All right. Well,
You are amazing. It is. It is just, I mean, our words also have power, but like even just every time I meet with you, that's why when you were going through the thick of it, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. And every time I speak with you, and it's not even just what you're saying, it's just, it helps elevate me back into like a remembering of myself,
hmm
you know? And you're just so beautiful
oh, thank
in every
you.
aspect.
Thank you. Well, I just do what I'm guided to do. And, you know, I'm human too. And holy crap, I go through it and I experience it too. And,
hmm
you know, this is something that I've learned, I feel like, not necessarily the hard way, but I've learned to stop seeking outside. Um, and I've been really focusing in more on self, because I feel that that's what's so needed at this time for us to be able to evolve to the fifth. I feel like I think that's really honestly why everything's getting so chaotic and why people you may have followed are turning. I mean, I'm seeing this with so many people that I really enjoyed watching, and they were so high vibrational. And I think they're getting spiritual attacks or something, or I don't know if these
Well, what if it's like you where, what if it's disguising as their higher self if they don't know to ask three times?
right.
What if there's, spiritual warfare
Yeah.
and
And
it's real?
I'm
I just got
seeing,
chills.
yeah, so many are turning to God, which is a good thing. It's not a bad
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, no.
But the problem is though
It's outside
when
of.
you're going into fear and thinking that going to a church or to a preacher or to uh have an exorcist, like going outside of yourself at this time is why it's so important. And I've been getting that message so strongly about go within and just build a connection with the higher self and source energy. And
Yeah.
that way it's pure. You know, I'm not going to my gods and I'm like, no offense, gods. I really want to tap into that version of myself that knows exactly what I need to do because our gods are not perfect, you know?
I have not been coughing.
That's
This is
well,
weird.
that's a release of energy, by the way. Yeah. Sometimes I was actually told in my husband's session, whenever he coughed, he was releasing negative, like things that were holding him back. It was a release of, yeah. So that could be what's happening.
I can't remember. Yeah, that's probably what's happening. That's weird.
Yeah, I love it. But, when we
I
we go here in the heart space, that's the true self. Not here, because we always try to think our way through everything. And so I've been intentionally dropping into my body because it's so much better. I have done this for so long. I love hanging out outside my body because I've been doing it, but I didn't realize I was doing it so much.
mm,
And being outside your body leaves your vehicle vacant, you know? And so now it's like embody the physical and then allow the entirety of your soul to integrate. And I picture my soul sitting in this physical body, and my soul is bigger than this body. but my soul is like encapsulating this earthly part of me, right?
Right.
And so when I see myself, when I'm in my heart, not in my mind, when I'm in my heart space and I activate myself, I connect into Gaia, I activate my chakras, I connect into God's source, and I allow the white light to fill me back in, and it illuminates my light body. I
Mm.
picture myself as now like this white crystalline, like a cloud almost, right? On top, it's like an overlay of my physical human body. And I'm bigger than my human body, but that allows me to fully anchor in myself. And that's what I've been practicing for the last month, like embodying this me, this part of me.
Wow. That was powerful.
And
Mm.
then you really know who you are, right? Because
Yeah, I feel like I'm going through an identity crisis. Not an
yeah,
identity crisis. Not, I don't want to say crisis, but
that's what I
it's
called it for me for that month.
yeah.
Yeah. It's breaking down the old you, all the stories of the things that you've been told, all because there comes a point, I feel like, in our journey that we are who we are because we believe the stories that everyone's told us. And it's like,
I just hit
we,
my toe again. So there it goes.
yeah.
It's confirmation.
So when you sit with yourself and I've had, I remember I told you I unzipped myself and I pulled this version off, right?
Mm.
That was the identity of the old me. And do I know who the new me is? I'm still figuring that out. You know, I'm open to opportunities. I am like that the live good thing that popped in my lap. I'm just like, I don't know where it's going to take us, but I'm willing to try because that's something that the old me would be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. You know, there it,
There was a part in me, I that I was like, "Wow, is this?"
mm-hmm,
I was fighting me back and forth, but I was like, Marissa, like, even if, let's say, you didn't even sell anything, just the benefits of the products and the how much it costs, and there's everything that I'm already taking now and spending so much money on.
right.
And I'm like, just the benefit of that in itself is worth it.
That's what I
So,
thought too, because I'm like, and they're going to slowly add more. Like we just got an email that they're adding skincare to the line. So I'm like, oh, how awesome is that? And they back everything and they test everything. It's organic and all the good stuff.
look,
So,
my skin's clearing up. I mean, it's
yay.
still there, but it's not, it got so bad. You didn't see it in the rough of it. But that would be nice because,
Yeah. So they have essential oils, and I'm so excited about that. So I can order
yeah,
like
I saw
certain
that.
things through that, and it's like so much cheaper than all the other places. So I'm excited about it. So
Me too.
you know,
We,
it's called the $10 club, and it's the club that pays you back. So we don't have to sell anything. I am not a seller. So I'm excited about that part. And I just feel that because we're in the early stages, it's just kind of like, oh gosh, and it keeps getting better and better. And now we've got three celebrities that have bought into it as well, and they are starting to promote it. So I think it's going to go like crazy. And the one of my friends who decided to do it, she added her children in, and her kids are making $2,000. I
wow.
She hasn't even said how much she's making, but her children are making that, right?
Wow.
Um, and so what they'll tell you is like, I put my husband under me and I've got my son under me. And my son does not want to do it. He's like, "Pfft," he's kind of sketch right now. But I wanted to put him in just in case he decides to change his mind because you can just hand it over whenever he's ready.
Right.
So that it'll be kind of like I gift it to him once it gets rolling. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm like, and then I'm gonna do another one for my daughter. So you being in the next row, like you'll benefit more as well. So as I grow, it's so crazy how this works. And this whole program, they talk about like pyramid schemes, but this thing spills over from the top. It is so insane how this company is so beneficial,
Perfect.
and they want us all to be able to make it. It's not about like the top being the top and not ever helping the bottom, but like it's all about the spillover. And if someone decides to get out, like whoever is next in line pops up in their position. It's just,
That's cool.
yeah, like it's really neat how they've thought everything through. And but it's just like, even so, it's a $10 subscription. You're going to pay more than that for Netflix that won't give you anything out of the deal. And the products are amazing. I mean, the greens, I'm fixing to order that. The greens are over $100 with the A1G, and I've always wanted to try it. And ours is only 29.95.
That's
We've got greens, the reds, we've got magnesium. There's like this whole health
oh
kit for like $88. It's so
yeah.
insane.
Where
Like,
this other one that there's this girl down here. Last time I came here, she sells it, and I bought the greens, and it's 1 month, and it was like $60
yeah,
for 1 month. I don't even think it was 1 month. It was 1 month if you do like the lowest dose one a day.
wow. Yeah. And see, ours is, like I said, 29.95. And I mean, and that's the cool thing is they don't care about making the money on the products. That's why they can charge cheap. They're not trying to make their money off that. It's about sharing the subscription. They're making the money from the subscription. So, and it's $10. Like, you can't even get Spotify for $10 anymore,
Literally,
you know?
literally.
And so I'm like, wow. So it's the $10 club that gives money back to you. Like, what subscription gives you money back? I don't know anybody that does. And this is the only one. And
No.
I really feel they're only 2 years in. Um, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like in another year from now. Like,
Mhm.
and they literally are like, if you're going to get in now before it blows up. And I feel that with these celebrities, and it's,
That's what I felt last night.
yeah,
Because so I have a check coming, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait till I get the check. And then there was something in me like, no, Marissa, just
yeah.
even though that's really all you have right now, just do it.
See, I'm in the same boat. I was like, oh my God, we just came back from the beach and um, learning lessons on lack and all that stuff, and literally learning to trust. And they were like, Heather, you just have to trust. You have to let go and allow. And so I was like, ugh, are you? And see, by you doing that last night was my confirmation, because if I was going to do the thing, I needed to do it before, because I don't know what's going to happen, right? And so I was like, okay, crap. And so it forced me to come out my comfort zone. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm just going to trust, because I literally said, please, universe, send me a way to have passive income that is not hard, that is good, and it's going to help humanity as well as me. I want to be able to grow, and I want it to be effortless.
I
And boom, it was in my
Beautiful.
freaking messenger.
Wow. I have been investing more in myself,
Hmm.
whether that be this, different courses, or even just being okay with spending money on myself.
Hmm.
Like I went to the grocery store the other day, and I have been scared to even buy groceries because it's like I haven't had every time I've bought groceries or even moving being in this room right now, it's I've been scared to like unpack and get comfortable because every time I do that, it's the next thing. It's the next thing. It's like I literally redid my whole bedroom at my mom's house. And as soon as it was done, it was like, "Okay, Marissa, go." I was like, "For real?" And then I get unpacked in Austin, get all nope, next. I'm like, "What's that?" Then I get all in my van. I'm all ready to live in my van. Boom. There's this was I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to live out of fear. I'm not going to live out of fear. I will unpack if I have to, if I have to pack it up again and move out again, then what? So what? I
Right.
have to just trust in what this is. Otherwise, it could
Right.
keep on coming up. Um, but my point is with this is that I have been really trying to invest in myself and my health, um, and yada yada. Tell me why my mom calls me right before she's about to send a package down to me because I got my van, so my license plate got there, and I had to order my social, and my social had to go to my mom's house because that's what it's registered through the last time, whatever, yada yada. So she's like, I usually don't open your mail. Um, and she's like, I don't know why I did this time. Because she doesn't open my mail. She opened my mail for some reason, checking the mail for a good amount of money. I don't know why. I have no clue. I
Thank
have
you,
no clue
universe. Yep.
where this money came from, but I was like, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
So beautiful. I just got chills. And so now I'm just, if you see
Yeah.
me itching my head, it's my freaking crown tingling. It's
Yeah.
been tingling so much. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is
That's
this?
so, we definitely want
But
to,
you know, when you are open to opportunities and not being in, like, saying, trying to, I mean, I'm not saying I'm in super high frequencies because there's still so much I have to work on, but when you are open to it, blessings will come in your life.
so
All
true.
spirit has to do is move around some ones and zeros in some computer system and then make shit happen.
That's right. That's exactly right. It happens all the time. Random things. It's like my husband will go, how in the world did you get a check? And it's in mine usually are angelic numbers. Like I got a random check for $222.22. And it was from a hospital that I never went to. And I'm like, what in the world? And I called them and they're like, no, that's your check. And I was like, okay, okay. So I deposited it. And this is before I even knew I was manifesting. I've even, this was something really cool. Talk about manifestation. One time I went for a walk and um I kept seeing this dragonfly. Like this dragonfly was so annoying. It landed on my tip of my nose, in my hair, on my shoulder, like this. I was like, what the heck? I've never seen a dragonfly so like in my face, right? And I got go look up dragonflies. And I was like, I push it off, right? Didn't think nothing about it. And I've got a spirit book. And so it was like spirit animal book. Um, And like 3 days later, there it was again. I went outside. There was this dragonfly. It was annoying, and it was like, "Go look in the book." So I'm like, "Okay, gosh." So I look through the table of contents, find dragonflies, look it up. There's $100 bill in there. No shitting. I was like,
That's so
"What in
cool.
the yeah?" And I was like, "Where the heck did this come from?" And then the universe is like, keep at it. Like, you're doing things. And so I'll get random checks in the mail as well. Sometimes they're small, but I'm just like, thank you, universe. I don't know where that came from. But like,
Yeah.
it literally, they'll say it can happen the most random ways. And you have to just be open. Like things it's just energy, it's just energy. And we block because we limit ourselves so hard and we think like we know everything and we think we are in charge of all the things. And by being such a control freak, we actually limit what we're able to get. So, where that $100 could have been 1,000, whatever I was manifesting at the time, I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did it, but it was only 100, but hey, it still surprised me. So then it's like, oh, wow. So I know it's possible. I know things can just happen out of nowhere because it's just energy. And the more that you control it and try to manipulate it yourself in the 3D mindset, you're going to get the bottom of the barrel because you are literally cutting yourself off
Yeah.
to the possibility. So, yeah,
Mhm.
if that's anything that anybody watching will take from this is literally be open to anything and your gods will do some of the craziest random thing that you're just like, there's no freaking way. No freaking way. And it actually happens. So it's super cool. Very
It's so
interesting.
cool. And it's yeah, super cool. We'll just go with that.
Yeah, very cool. All right,
Leaning
well,
into like gratefulness is, I want to say, like anchoring that in.
yeah. And I think that was something that I learned too.
Like,
You'll hear, and this is came from sessions because I I have done, my husband has been such a trooper. I swear I've done like 30 sessions on my husband to like learn all the things. And one of the sessions I asked, and I was like, how do we get more? And they said, when you'll get more when you're grateful for what you already have. And it's so easy to be like, oh yeah, I'm just grateful, but when you really sit and think, if you have a roof over your head, no matter if it's yours or not, you're not sleeping on the street. How much gratitude? I just got chills. Have gratitude for having a roof over your head, no matter if you're staying on someone's couch, or at a shelter or your own place or your parents' place, or it doesn't matter. If you've got shelter, be grateful. If you have a set of clothes, even if it's one set, you're not naked, be grateful. You know, find gratitude in just the smallest things because that's where, when the universe goes, oh, wow, they are grateful, that will then allow your vibration to attract more. Because when you're like, well, I only have one, well, that automatically makes you feel victim because you're like, well, I only have one set of clothes. Like, I can't change. So when you start thinking negatively, it lowers your vibration. And where there was a check coming to get you a new wardrobe, or the neighbor was going to give you a bag full of clothes, that now has been shut off because you then stepped in a lower vibration. You're not a vibration match to whatever's to come. You just shut the door, slammed it in the universe's face, saying, I don't need your clothes because I have this one set and I'm okay with being negative about it, right?
mm-hmm.
And we don't realize that we basically push things away. And I'm learning that the hard way. I catch myself and I'm like, oh gosh, here I am looping again. And the
I was
hardest,
just thinking that about my own self.
yeah, like, and this lack is the hardest for me to break. Like, and it because it is not only in just
Life, it's generational too. I
it's
mean, think about.
generational, but it's in every aspect. It's not just
Mm,
financial. It
yeah.
is, you know, you want to keep up with the Joneses. If you're around people and you
Mhm.
get around people and they talk about all their things, you're like, well, I don't have that. That's automatic. You dropped in vibration, right? Because the people that you're around, you don't even realize that you're doing that because when they're talking about all the things, then you're like, well, I don't have those things. And
Mhm.
you forget how grateful you are for what you do have. It's like a test. And so
Ah,
I'm like, shit, I keep failing because I catch myself looping in some of that stuff. So I'm like, but it's good because I'm now understanding and catching myself going, oh, I just now fell into that. No, I am grateful for what I have because I don't have bills where they may have the things, but they have bills.
right,
I am
right.
bill-less. So I have to go, I'm grateful to be where I'm at
Yeah.
because I'm not stuck
Uh-huh.
anywhere. I
Uh-huh.
am free to literally pack my stuff up right now and I can go because I don't have to sell anything. I'm literally free where they may have more things, but things are just feeling. They're
And
materialistic, right?
yeah. Yeah.
And so it's like, but they're stuck because they have so many bills to pay. They have a house payment or rent, and they're stuck in a lease, so they can't just like up and leave. Where I'm free to do whatever. If I feel the need that I want to move to
Oh my
Hawaii, I can
gosh.
go, you know?
That's so funny because I got I'm on the list for housing down here. And there's just this part of me that's like, don't even do it, Marissa. Like, why are you trying to establish roots? But then I'm like, is that your fear base? Like trying to like trying to figure out what's my like 3D brain and what's like trying to, because I'm like, okay, are you supposed to be here? Are you supposed to travel? Like, I got my van, so like, why do you need a place? But I need a place so I can renovate my van. But I was like, I just want some steady, like, I just want some security. And I'm like, security is just an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in reality, all I can really ever count on or like trust is within myself.
Mm-hmm.
Everything outside is out of my control. The only thing I can, so I'm just realizing, but I'm just connecting some dots. Okay, keep on going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, and I think that that's a good, it kind of circles back to their conversation earlier. It's like, so how do you know? And I'm telling you, when you start, oh, I just got chills. When you start getting into your heart space and literally see yourself sink down, literally see yourself sitting in like Crystal Cook talks about the command chair in your heart space. I love hot pink. Like everything I own is pink. And so my
Me too.
chair is hot pink. It's fuzzy. It's super squishy. It's soft. Sometimes it morphs into a couch whenever if I need my inner child, my little Heather to come, or if I need my soul to kind of come sit with me, it'll morph into like a two-seater or a three-seater, but majority of the time it's like a literally a captain chair. Super squishy, super fuzzy. Sometimes it has leg elevation, depends on what I feel like. But I always sink in there. And when I sink into my heart space, I feel this warm, tingly sensation that goes from my solar plexus to my heart. It's like a channel. It's like this big and it goes like back and forth when if I'm asking about something like this live good and I'm like, is this what I need to do? I can feel it. I feel it right. Just saying the word right now. I feel this sensation in my heart into my solar plexus. It's just like this energy that's going brrr, right. And so I'm like, whoa, okay. I feel that is my next step. Not think it. I feel it. And the more that you learn to go here into the heart space, when you are able to feel the answer, I think that is the most important thing right now. That's why it's so like quit trusting outside sources. I'm not saying to stop watching stuff because that triggers us,
Uh-huh.
but don't take everything with a grain of salt and go,
Mhm.
what is true for me? Because that could be advanced and you're not there yet, right? And that's cool. Um, but there's
So
sometimes things are there
this
for us to grow.
this is leading back to what we kind of were talking about earlier, and I probably got us off track because usual, but it's fine. Um, okay, so I was talking about my friend about ODD, and I was like, watch, something's gonna pop up about ODD, but I was like, I don't feel like it's ODD. I don't feel like it's that intense. It's not like this defiance, kind of. But then the next day, of course, on my TikTok, a video came up through of PDA. Have you ever heard of it?
Hmm.
And I've just had this like huge realization within myself and my whole entire life that I've always been, or majority of my life, I'm like in a fight or flight or a functional freeze, you know? And so then when there's something that I really want to do, it's almost I put this so much pressure on myself that it needs to be done that it then puts me into this functional freeze to where even though I want it and I have desire and I want this thing, regardless of what it is, it's usually to just help myself. Like I'll buy books and I'll start them. But because I put this mass amount of pressure on having to read them, it's like I will not. There's
Hmm.
just so much resistance, and I don't know how to. And I've been watching videos, but one thing that makes me so upset sometimes is that they put these videos out about what it is, but like the only ones that tell you how to help it is within children. I'm like,
Well, if you think about it, you've taken the fun out of it. You've taken the joy out of it. And so you whenever I went for, I'll give you an example of nature walking. Okay. I used to walk with the intention of steps, right? And so it was like, I don't care what I do. My goal is to get 10,000 steps to say that I had 10,000 steps. So whenever I went on my walk, I went from point A to point B. And when I got back, I was like, yay, I got my steps in. But I never paid attention to the trail. I never paid attention to the animals, to nature. And so my guides were like, what's the point? You've missed the whole journey, right? Because you're so destined to go from point A to point B to get what? An award? Woohoo, you did 10,000 steps. Yes, it's good for the body, but you missed the whole journey. That's kind of like that's a really
Mm.
summation of our whole life, right? Point A to point B to death. And then you look back and go, well, what did I accomplish? You didn't enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
And so this just goes into an internal dialogue where you have to let yourself off the hook and say, I don't care how long it takes me to read this book, or I don't care how long it takes me to finish this course. I'm doing it because I want to enjoy the journey. So you have to just take it one day at a time, one page at a time, one lesson at a time, and enjoy what you get out of it, not to finish it. And sometimes the best thing to do is because we are so driven for the final result that we beat ourselves up. So let's say I'm going to read a book and it's like, I'm going to read 2 chapters before I go to bed. And you will say, and you're like having to put toothpicks in your eyes to hold your eyes open. And then you read the 2 chapters, but then you go back and go, well, what the hell did I just read? Because I can't remember a thing. You've wasted your time because you are so driven for the outcome, for the award to say you did it and you
Mm.
lost the joy of the experience. I just got chills. So, what I would say for anything that you try to accomplish to come out of freeze and flight and because you can have extremes. You can be super defiant and super loud, and that's that hypoactive, right? Or you can go into freeze and like you can't
Like a
do
fawn.
anything and get numb, and so that's the hypo. Hyper is the rambunctious, hypo is the freeze.
Oh.
So depending on where you are, it's still in the range of trauma. Then you basically And you think about it, when you are in freeze, you are basically just that amygdala. The reptilian part of your brain is activated. All the blood has sunk out of your brain. You are no longer cognitively thinking. Well, that's where all this stuff that we need to process is in the front brain.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're always operating in, I got to accomplish something, I got to do this, I got to do that. Well, that's reptilian brain. You're
I know that
never going
this
to
is like
comprehend.
why I'm here to work through the like these are major lessons in my life. I am a Capricorn, which is a just dedicated, get it done. I know it's I have so many placements in Capricorn. And I'm sometimes it's just so frustrating. I know this is such a big lesson in my life.
Hmm.
Everything you're saying is like confirmation.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a lesson that I've learned, and they showed me that on many nature walks. And I'll catch myself like hyper focused on the trail because I'm scared I'm gonna trip. And it's like, stop, look around, pay attention, And then I started realizing like there's a daggum deer over there grazing. Like I could almost touch this sucker, but I would have never paid attention. And the different mushrooms that I would never pay attention to. And the trees have like the different bark I've never paid attention to, or the different leaves and the colors of the green that we don't really pay attention to. And I don't know, I just started being more aware. And then it was like where I would normally go for, how quick can I get 2 miles in? can I beat my own time to, I don't care how long it takes because I'm
Mhm.
going to enjoy. And then I start seeing nature for what it really is. And that is therapeutic in itself, And then I'm like, okay, am I going to see, cardinals, or we have a lot of turkey. So we'll see like random set of turkey crossing the road and deer like crazy. And sometimes I'll see a bobcat or a fox or a coyote. It's just like the coolest little things that you don't really pay attention to when you're such in that hyper or hypo fixed traumatic mindset. And you know recognizing that you're in that and going, I can relax. Whatever it is, when you start feeling that emotion come in, that's when you reprogram, as you go, I can choose to not feel that way. And it's just reprogramming the mind. And
Mm.
when you reprogram the mind, going, it's okay for me to relax. It is okay for me to chill in this moment. That's how you start healing, because you just got to rewire the brain because it's so used to being
I
in
would
that
look for that.
trauma. Yeah. And it gets so used to it, it doesn't know any different. So that's why you have to reprogram. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she had a very traumatic upbringing and a lot of sexual trauma as well. And she said, "Oh my God, I just love scary movies." And
Mm. I used to when I was younger too.
I was like, "Oh my God." Like I avoid them at all costs now because I know
Me
how
too.
manifestation works, and I know that like all these boogie monsters we have are actually our manifestations of fear. And I'm like, crap, I don't want to create more crap to get rid of. So, because I know and I'm aware and this is my job. So I'm like, I'm not going to
Right.
buy into that. But as she's telling me, like, I am so fixated on these horror movies, I literally got a channeling come through, and I heard, you only like that thrill because that is what your brain is
Familiar.
used to. Yes. And so your subconscious is living vicariously through these horror movies because that is what it's used to. And she was like, holy shit, that's insane. And I was like, the only way to break out of the cycle is to stop watching it, because that is the new normal, to not live through the movies, to not trigger that part of your traumatic experiences, because your brain is so used to being fed trauma that it thrives to find it in outside validity through the scary movies, right? I was just like, holy crap, I would have never thought of that. I would have never got that information. So I knew that came from divine. Like, it needed her, she needed to hear that, but I was just blown away.
Wow.
Isn't that insane? And you think about
Hmm.
it, it makes total sense,
Oh
like
yeah.
the things that you watch, like people who watch a lot of fights, you know, I'm seeing this
I've
in
been trying to watch love
clients.
movies just because it
Yeah.
excites me. It makes my heart light up. It makes me
Yes.
so excited. So I'm like, those are the movies I'm going to watch.
I
And
love
funny
Hallmark.
comedies.
Yes, me too. Those are
Mhm.
the only movies that I like to watch. If I start seeing sexual stuff, I turn it. If I start seeing deviant stuff, I turn it. If I see like really crazy, like I feel the energy trying to portray from it, I'm just like, block, change the channel.
You should
Um,
watch The Irish Wish.
what is that?
It's The Irish Wish, not witch. Just I don't know if you.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna write it down. Okay.
it's like a love movie, but it's about it's really cute. It has Lindsay Lohan. I don't want to spoil it for you,
Yeah,
but
okay.
just watch it. It's so cute. It's on Netflix.
Okay. I will definitely look that one up too. But yeah, like it's insane the things that I've learned through doing these sessions and literally tapping in. And I even had someone ask me the other day. She was like, um, what did she say to me? I think it was in one of my videos that I posted on TikTok, and she said, you know, I I like looking at your stuff because I'm not tapped in like you are. And I was like, girl, I am not special. This is just took work to get where I'm at. I said, but we're all connected in. You just learn to you've got to learn to trust yourself. And she is like a workoutaholic, right? And so I was like, let me just say it like this. If you would spend the amount of time that you work out diligently every day and you put that all over YouTube and TikTok and Facebook, if you would spend that same amount of time, I'm not saying not to do the workout because that's you do you, boo.
Yeah.
But if you would also spend that much time on yourself, sitting in meditation, doing the things for yourself, connecting in, and I'm guilty of it too. Like I'll go throughout the day and I'm like, crap, I haven't done a workout. And then I get lazy, right? So I'm still human too. But the only way I've got where I'm at, where I'm able to get this information is I've had to build a connection with myself. And, working with Gaia, like I, I'm at a point now and I have to sometimes think back like, crap, how did I get here? But it took trust and practice and like it's muscles that we haven't used,
Mhm.
and it got shut down. A lot of us had it when we were little and we shut it down. So it's like, how do we do it? Well, you're not going to go to a gym and lift 300 pounds on the first go. You got to build up to it. So everything is like a muscle. You have to activate it. You've got to use it. And so,
Mhm.
like now, I'm really wanting to tap into my psychic more and like we're all gifted with psychic abilities. We're all mediums. It's not like someone's more gifted than you.
Right.
And if they tell you that, then they've got an ego problem. Because most psychics will tell you that they are not special. Um, and we all have it. When they say that, then you know that their integrity is real. Um, and I will say that about myself. Like I can channel and I can get information, but I still second guess myself sometimes because I'm like, was that my ego or was that real? And you have to listen back to the message and see what was the integrity. So yeah, like there's been a lot of things that's been happening with energy, and I think that where we are right now, it's the best time to go within. And
I With that being said, I think that it's really, I mean, one thing I see recurring in my life is I have been fatigued with, I haven't been eating the way I need to be eating to fuel my body. And so, an affirmation I've been telling myself is that I use food as fuel, not for comfort. And so, that's been such a big focus in my life.
mhm,
And with that, we were talking about Live Good earlier.
yes,
And I'm just about to order some stuff, and I'm so excited to see how it's everything I've wanted and needed.
yeah.
And it's just the way it's popped in, it's just amazing.
Yeah. So, just to give you some clarification, so if you're watching my channel, I have an affiliate link down below. If you want to join the $10 club that pays you back, then join my side. But Marissa's part of my team. So, if you watch her video on her YouTube channel, then click on her affiliate and join through her. But I tell you, I don't know where this is going to take us, but I am so excited for the ride because
Me too.
the when you if you join, the vibe from my upline is new earth ready. And I know that Marissa and I are taking a Facebook hiatus right now, and so it's like crap, I can't get on because my team is on Facebook. And so I feel good about getting off Facebook for a while though, because I don't even get on TikTok. I didn't even know there was a ban. Like I didn't even know that this was coming because I don't get on TikTok for TikTok. I get guided to do a message, I do a message and I get off. Like that is just my output.
Mhm.
So my friend was like, are you going on going down on Facebook? I'm like, what? She's like, you're not gonna have tick, and I'm like, what, what? So I literally was just like in a whole day of a tizzy going, oh, well, let me get on Red Note or Red Book, and then, I'll see blah blah blah. So I'm doing the to the 26th, I think is what most people are like,
Mhm.
just to put a dent in it. So I'm like, I could deal without it for a week.
You heard
Uh,
about the stars or the planets aligning on the 25th, right?
yes, yes. And so I'm like, I don't know if that's part of I don't know. So I'm all for it. I can
We'll
deal without it for a
see.
week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know when I'll get this video ready, but again,
Did
if
you
you
deactivate or did you just delete the app?
I deactivated and deleted the app.
Cool.
Yeah, because I didn't even want to even look at it. Like
Right.
I want it to
Mhm.
fall. because then I have
Hmm.
to go and reapply. And if I lose everything, I really don't care. I mean, my whole I've been on since 2008 and I've got all those pictures, but they're up here. I'm cool with it. Like whatever. So anyways, I feel good about that and we'll see where that goes. But again, if you want to join the $10 club that gives you back, join the team because I feel Live Good is where it's going to be. And you know, I don't know what is in me, but to me, this is like New Earth Amazon. I feel that it's going to that. And I don't know how long it'll be open because I feel that right now we're like investing in ourselves. That's how this is
Hmm.
working. So if you're willing to invest in yourself, then that's kind of like the universe is going to give back. If you're willing to give, the universe, oh, I just got chills. The universe will pay us back. And so it's all about gut health and about like changing the lifestyle and it's so new
It's
earth
vegan,
ready.
cruelty free.
Yes.
I mean,
Non-GMO,
packed,
like
non-GMO,
they
packed
test,
with, yeah,
yeah,
gut healthy, gut friendly.
yeah. And skincare is coming next. And I
I'm so
really
excited for the skincare.
I know. And even so, like this is the cool part about this Live Good is $10 gets you such a huge discount. And if you would actually go and look at the products, even if you never decided to sell, like you're not wasting anything. And it's only a one-time $40 fee if you decide to be affiliate. I would say do it because even if you never do anything, eventually you're going to get spillover. The way that
Oh yeah.
this thing is designed, your upline's going to spill over and eventually you're going to make money regardless, even if you never do anything with it. Like
Hmm.
if you only did it, paid the $40 the one time, and then your $10 monthly fee, you will eventually, probably in a year or two, you're going to make money and not even try, you know? So that to me is a win-win. And again, you get like really amazing products. And yeah, I don't know where it's going to go. I'm excited for it. I literally asked for a passive income and this popped in my lap and I was like, okay, thank you, universe. I am all for it. So I just got chills again. So I feel that this is a gift that's going to keep giving, And so it's a test of taking a leap of faith and just seeing where it goes. And I really feel that it's going to be big. So if you're willing to take the plunge, reach out to myself or Marissa. We're both a part of this Live Good team, and I am so excited to see where it goes. And we would love to have you to join with us with this vibrant energy of reaching for the stars is my upline and the go givers, right? That's so cool, the go givers. So
Go give
um,
it.
they are all over YouTube, and we're getting some celebrities involved, which is really cool. So whenever you get this buy-in from really high up people, you're just like, wow, if they found a little notice in our stuff, that's really cool. So that something's going to change, and I think that there's just going to be this whirlwind of things. And now, if you think about how Amazon is, if you would have got in when Amazon was small.
Right,
So I
right.
feel that right now it's like it's super easy. Once you're an affiliate, you're always
Affordable.
in. Yeah, once you're in, you're always in, and they can't take that away from us. So I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes. So we'll take the plunge and see where uh how much money we make with this. I mean, so
Um,
easy. And like I said, it's passive income. We don't even have to work hard for it. So if you want to join this our team with us and kind of go on this journey with us together, $10 a month and you got your own business. Super cool, super easy. So we'll end that there because Marissa and I are about to do a session. So I'm excited to see where that goes. So we will send you out with so much love. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.